The air strut we're going to fix today, adaptive, Tesla X rear. It's the same on Tesla S. And we see that this is an original Bilstein one, produced from the producer Bilstein. And you see down there, this is the rear right side. Here's some of the tool we are using. There's some, not much in fact, some wrenches, pliers, and we have some sanding equipment, a brush, a drill, scraper, some sanding paper, and here we have the repair set, which you can buy at teslasuspension.no, and we're going to replace those parts on this. You see here, this one is going to come here, down there. There's 3 O-rings to that one. This one with the O-ring is going to replace the one we have on the top here. The leakages of this one has been established, that is down here. So it's not leaking on the top, but still we're going to replace those parts I just showed you. You also have a stop ring here and a replacement C-ring on the top. This one is down here at the shock absorber here, which stops the aluminium ring. Now we're just going to clean it a little bit up before we start. You see here, it's lots of dirt here that goes into the O-rings. There's 3 O-rings beneath there, or 2 O-rings, and it's a good idea to seal this area off after we have put on the new one. We'll come back to that later. Now I cleaned it a little bit, so it looks a bit better. We always start with dismantling this type of air strut on the top, so I have to turn it around. On the top here we have a C-ring that holds this plastic cover, and it's an O-ring just beneath there. We're going to replace this plastic top there and the O-ring under. To release the stop ring, I've already done that. You just use a screwdriver and you put it in here and you just bend it up. And you can use a couple of screwdrivers and you bend it up. Be a little bit careful because it comes out quite fast. The next procedure is that we have to loosen this one. And to loosen the top plastic cover here without destroying it, we have to use air pressure. So we put a hose in here. So we use a hose that we connect to a simple compressor, and I put the compressor at 1 bar, and we pump air into the air bellow, and this will loosen. It will pops out quite fast, that too, so be careful. So that's the procedure how to loosen top plastic cover. This hose with the connection there, you can also buy at tesla.com. And we see here the compressor is at 1 bar, and we just start it. Now we just have to wait there. You can see it open. You see it pushes it up, and it went really good, slowly. So now I just take the screwdriver and push it up. And here we go. See, we have a little bit of oxidation also here, but it looks quite good at the top here. But we're gonna replace these parts. Next step is to release this nut. To do that, we use a couple of tools. The nut is a 70mm nut there. I use a so-called spline pipe with a hexagon profile that fits a 90mm wrench. Then I take the Allen key and I just to hold the screw, and I turn with a nut. Now with a wrench, I turn the nut. So you can also use other tools. You have this wrench, you know, that bends like more like this, and this angle up there, and that goes up there again, and that's probably a cheaper way to do this than to buy this part here. What I forgot to mention is that I always loosen the nut first with the 70mm nut pipe, I mean, so it's loose. Then we go for this procedure afterwards. Note also that I have sealed the entrance to the ADS box, as I call it, to shield the electrical entrances. But now we're going to lose it. So that went out very nice. Now just screw the rest of the nut out. So now the shock absorber is in fact loose, but we have to open up here to get it out. That's what we're going to do now. That's the next step. In order to bend down the cuff, I use a couple of these tools. We just try to get it under there, and we just work ourselves around and pushes the cuff down. So now the cuff was loose. It's a little bit dirt inside there, we see, but not too much. And now we have to loose the plastic cover that comes up and meet the outer O-ring here. Then I just take a screwdriver and I use a plastic hammer, and we just knock screwdriver in here. Just be sure that the screwdriver is not too big, you know, it has to be about this size. And we just knock it there to release it, to release the plastic cover a bit. And you see here, it comes at once. You get a little space there. And do the same thing on the other side. So now we see that the room is even bigger, and be careful with these barbs, you know, so you don't break them. You don't want to do that. And just take these tools again and we just bend it more down like this. So now it's loose. You can just push the plastic cover down. The bellow lies here. Inside, it's rolled under the aluminium cylinder here, and it's fastened to this plastic cover. So when you fill the bellow with air, it pushes up against the aluminium ring here. The main point here is now that the shock absorber is loose, and we take it out, and it looks quite good on top here. Here at the with the outer O-ring, we see quite a lot of oxidation, but we're going to replace this part, so that's okay. And down here into the inner two O-rings, we see a lot of rust, which we have to remove and paint over again. First, we have to knock this aluminum ring down. Now I oil it a lot. You can use grease, oil, whatever you like, silicone. You oil it up here, a lot of oil in there. Then you took lots of oil in here, and you also put some in here because you have to loosen this metal cover too. So 3 places. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So now I oil the 3 places there, and now I put a lots of grease on the shock absorber itself here because I want to knock this down. I use silicone grease, but you can use whatever you have available. So now I grease the shock absorber a little bit, and now we just use the plastic hammer to knock this down. Turn it around all the time, and you knock. You have to use some force, particularly in the beginning, to get it loose. So that went quite okay. You see the stop ring here. We're going to change, and I knocked it almost all the way down. So put some soft protection between inside there, and I just continue to knock. You see, like that. I use 3-4 knocks, hard knocks, and then the metal cover there will be released. So now both those were off. Then we have to release the stop ring here. I just use 2 pliers there. Take one there and the other one there. I will lay the shock absorber like this, and I just take it down here. You see the way I do it? 2 pliers and just drag it down. Then it was out, so we now see all the parts we are taking off. And we're going to change all of these parts except this aluminium cover here that goes in here. There. That one we reuse, so we put that over here to the set. And now come the main part, and we have to sand it a lot, use a drill, brush, sanding paper, and we're going to paint it with a couple of layers. And we always check here for oil leakage or something from shock absorber. Shock absorber here consists of 2 chambers, and it's just a metal spring inside out with a piston. And if you have leakages up here, it's not a good thing. Then you can't then it's destroyed more or less. But this one looks dry and clean, so this one will be good. But that's the next main work. It takes quite a lot of time to clean it up and paint it a couple of times. Waiting for the shock absorber to dry, we have to clean this, and it's quite a lot of work. But we're going to take it step by step. The first thing we do is to open up the top here. And you just then take a screwdriver, you put it here underneath the screw there, and you just bend up. Then it will come, and you do it around all the 3 you have there. So see here, I banded it up now. There it comes, and I just drag this out like this. And here you see the O-ring here. That one we reuse. It's very seldom that one is broken or damaged, so we reuse that one. We also have that in stock, but not that many of it, so it's best to reuse that one. But we have to clean it very carefully, and of course up here where the other O-ring also is, where you got a replacement in the reparation set, we also have to clean everything. Everything has to be nice and smooth around where the O-rings are lying. So now we just take the O-ring off, and we also loosen the rubber absorber here as a safety measure. If you lose all the pressure in the air bellow, which lies in here, then the shock absorber would meet this rubber absorber. It's just to grab it there and loosen it. Now that was loose, I take that off, and I've taken off the O-ring, which is here. Clean everything, very nice. Then we take off this one, you see here, just pull that up. So now that one was also loose. We see here it's a lot of rust here on the aluminium, oxidation rust. And we have to clean everything here. You can also paint that one. So you see the bellow here, coming here. Sometimes it can leak here, but it looks okay here. You see on the edges there, it looks quite okay. The rust is up on the top here, and that doesn't matter so much. So then we have to clean everything. Here, the cuff, there. It takes a lot of time, in fact. And it's a boring work, but it has to be done. Now the cleaning job is finished. We cleaned everything very nicely, and we also done the first part of the painting. See here, looks okay. Not the best I've seen, but it's good enough. And we start with putting together the bellow, the part that consists of the bellow. We start with the top, just to take the rubber absorber and push it down here so it sits tight. Then we take the O-ring for the top here, and we put that on the top here. I'm going to show you. You see on the top there's a groove there. We just, of course, we have cleaned everything very nicely. We just put the O-ring in there. And now we have to think about all the angles, the angles, I mean. So just take the top here and put it in here. You see the distance here between the screws, that's the shortest distance. That should be in the middle here. You just push it a little bit down. Do not use force on this. You're not going to push it all the way down. You see here, just a little bit. I wiggle it a little bit back and forth until it sits tight. I'm going to do that now. See how I do that. Always look at the O-ring, has to be in the groove there, and I just wiggle it a little bit in until it sits tight. So now this process is completed. You see I can just lift it here now. It sits in the O-ring, and I have ensured that the O-ring sits as it should in the groove, and I just push this a little bit in so it sits tight. You don't want to use any hammer or anything, any force here to put this together. That's what we're going to do with the air pressure. We use air pressure to force these parts of the air strut together afterwards. It's the air pressure that holds the whole air strut together, as we will see later on. But this one is okay. And what you also have to check here is the screws meet the hole there. See, I can adjust it a little bit there, and this one is in the middle between the two shortest screws. You see it because it's only one way that the screws can fit the opening on the top here, there and there. Also notice I took a paint on the aluminium ring that lies here. Remember there was some corrosion and rust up on the top there. That's okay, that's not a problem. The problem is if the corrosion expands downwards towards the bellow, which you see here. If it expands into the area here, you will get a leakage there. So ensure or stop the corrosion expansion of this aluminium ring on the top here. And the bellow part here was ready. We just put that one aside, Now we have to start work on the shock absorber. So we need to put the aluminium ring from the repair set in place, and we have to put the stop ring in place, and just note also I just painted down here because I have to knock the aluminium ring down here, so I scrap a little bit up, so paint that one after I have put these two parts in place. And of course we start with the stop ring. As you see here, I use 2 pliers to just take the stop ring down to the groove here. So now the stop ring is in its place. Then we have to knock this aluminium ring on. First I grease it. I use silicone grease, and I put grease also on here. And just note on the edge here, you see here, I've sanded it a lot on the edge here because I do not want to destroy the O-ring. I use mainly hand force to put it over the edge here because I do not want to destroy the O-rings. So that's why I made a nice and smooth edge over here. So now I've greased it, and I use both my hands to push the O-ring over the edge. The first O-ring first, and then the second O-ring. I mainly use my hands. I use the plastic hammer a little bit just after I have got it just over the edge. Careful here. So the first O-ring went over very nicely. I just use my hands there, and now I push the second O-ring over the edge. I maybe use the hammer a little bit. So that went out okay. I only used my hand, in fact, not the hammer at all, which is a sign that I've greased it sufficiently. Use a lot of silicone grease here of what we have available. And now I just use my hammer to knock it down until it stops in the stop ring. You see the process there. I just knock around all the way until it reaches the stop ring. That went out very nicely. The O-ring is not damaged, so it's completely tight there. There's no doubt about that. Now we have to put on the part there on the top there, the aluminium cover here. And here you just use the plastic hammer to knock it into its place. That was a bit premature. I of course have to paint here first. So we take off that one again, and we do the painting here. I have to tape down here to protect the aluminium ring, and we just put on one layer with paint. Now I've painted it, so now we just put on top aluminium cover there. Just like this, and I always grease it a little bit, and then I knock it down with a plastic hammer. So then it was ready. Now we're just gonna put it straight into the air bellows. Always check that the rubber absorber down there is in its place, that it's not loosened. If you knock on the top here a lot to get the O-ring in place or something like that, you can destroy the O-ring, but also the rubber absorber will probably get loose. So we check the rubber absorber that it lies as it should. Then we take the shock absorber and we just put it straight in. So there it is. So now we have to fasten on the top. So we see the screw there, and we just put on the nut, and we use the same tools as when we loosen the screw to tighten it again. So now the screw is in its place. Remember, I always, after I fasten it with the tools, I always take a nut and tighten it a little bit more after you're finished with the Allen key here. Then I just check under here that the screws meet the opening point there. The distance between, this is short distance this is the short distance between 2 screws, shall lie just in, and the rail inlet should be in the middle there. And you see it quite naturally that it fits very well. So then I put on the top here. It's a plastic cover, an O-ring and a C-ring. And you put the O-ring in first. You see the groove there that it should lie in. Just push this down. Now that's the place. Then we take the hard plastic cover here. Just push it down like this. And I use both my hands to push it down. Like that. Now I just take the plastic hammer, give a few small knocks on the top, so I'm sure it sits in its place. That sits really well. Now we take the C-ring from the reparation set and we just put that in place too. You need this tool for doing that. I don't use the original because it's too much work. So you can use the original too, but it's much easier with this one and it's good enough. Then the C-ring in its place. I always knock with a plastic hammer on the top there. I just take a small wooden piece to ensure that the C-ring is in its groove, that it's correctly placed and everything is tight. So do this properly. If not, if it's a little bit out of place, then it will pops out when we do our big dump or something. That was it. Now it sits tight and nice there. And now we have to adjust all the angles. The angles, I mean. And we see that it's in level the 2 screws there. Then this should be plain here. 90 degrees. Yeah. The ADS box should tilt a little bit to the right there. It's important that you do this really careful. If you don't do it carefully enough, it will not fit on the car. You can always measure the air strut when you dismantle it from the car, so you know that this is the angles we use. And you can, no, you haven't fastened it here. It's not fastened down here yet, so you can adjust here as you want. So, no problem. So this one looks really good. So now we have to work a little bit here. So now I take a wood piece and a plastic hammer and I just knock a little bit lightly around so it pushes the plastic cover over the outer O-ring, and after that I fill air in it. But first we have to knock a little bit down. Be really careful, you don't want to destroy here anything. It's not very solid, so it's just light knocks around. So it pushes the cover a little bit over the O-ring. Now I pushed it a little bit down so the plastic cover seals the O-ring a little bit, and I've done the same on the top here. So now we are going to use air pressure to push the bottom here over the O-ring and the top here down on the O-ring. So that's important to do it this way so you don't destroy anything when you're repairing these air struts. So now I've connected the air nipple there. This is an air filling house that you also can buy at our net store. The compressor, the pressure, I put a 2 bar and we can just start it and see what's happened. You see it now. Close on the top first. Be careful with your fingers here, you don't want to get those in there. You see there, closest there. We'll go down here. It's already closed there. That was 2 bar. So that's it. Now it's finished. And we increase the level to 7 bar. I take 7 bar just to pressure test it. So now it's filled up with 7 bar. And now we have to find some, I use a leakage seeker that I buy at Biltema. Costs like 70 kroner or something. It's really good. If you use soap spray, sometimes you cannot detect all small leakages. So I recommend this gas detector spray. And we're going to put it on the top here now first. Then we check on the top. And we of course check on the ceiling here where the air bellow is fastened. No leakages at the top. Very good. No leakages here with the whale inlet or where the bellow is fastened there. Looks really good. And no leakages here with the aluminium ring. So this air strut is completely tight. Remember, it's 7 bar pressure in here now. So that's it. In fact, and I'm going to show you how you put up the cuff here, because it's a bit tricky to get it up, to get it in its place. The method I use to get the cuff into its place is to take a solid strips, as you see here, and I have to use both my hands on this, and I just push up, and I grab here and pushes at the same time. Then it comes little by little. So sometimes this can be quite difficult, but you just have to try and then you will manage it. So now the cuff is fastened here, and we have to fasten it at the bottom. I have a new strips here. It's also in the repair set, just to mention. I always loosen this because I have to clean beneath here. So I'm just going to put this one on. To fasten clips like this, you need a special tool. Looks like this. It gets quite tight then. So then it was in its place. We really recommend to put a layer with Tech 7 around here on top. We do that on all our air struts. One layer here, all the way around to cover it so there's no entrance of dirt or anything. And we also put a Tech 7 layer here around. So dirt, water and salt in wintertime does not enter here. So we put also a layer with Tech 7 around here. Just go to teslasuspension.no and look at some pictures there of our air struts, and you will see how we do it. So the last thing now is to put on the plastic protection on top here. We always use a smaller strips to fasten that one too. You need a strips that goes into the groove there. And to protect the aluminium here, so we don't get more rust there, we put it up here on the top like that. And then this part protects the bellow beneath there. And if you fasten it on the top here, then you also protect the aluminium so you don't get corrosion that eats into where the bellow is fastened. Then you will get a leakage there. So we fasten it with the strips. So you see the strips there, and now it's fastened up here. So I think this will protect it from corrosion. So now we're finished. We have tested the air strut, and it's ready to go back on the car. It's completely tight, and we think we have improved some things. We're going to put on a layer down there with Tech 7 and down with the aluminium ring. And the goal is, of course, that this will last the rest of the car's lifetime. And I think it will, in fact. I hope so. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, please. More videos will come. and thank you very much.